说中文。
Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese. Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese.
Hello there, newbies. This is Chinese Pod. We're bringing you lessons in spoken Mandarin all the way from Shanghai, China. My name is Ken Carroll.
Hello, I'm Jenny.
Now, we are empathizing today with...
With a lot of our newbie listeners.
Yeah.
If this is your first lesson in Chinese.
That's right. If you're in China or visiting or plan to, and you're just beginning to learn the language.
It's always a combination of words and
Actions.
gestures, actions.
That's
对
right. So we're going to show you the the most basic stuff. You go to a restaurant, you want to be... a lot of restaurants these days, they have sort of photos and stuff like that, which helps.
Yes. Or some restaurants have bilingual menu,
They
but
do.
you might come across something like wife and husband lungs.
And you'll
That's the
not
name
know.
of a cold dish in China.
Wife
That's the
and husband lungs.
literal translation.
Well. So yeah, you do need photos sometimes. So we'll give you the very most basic language, how to point at stuff and say, I want this, not that, but this one, stuff like
对
that. All right, let's visit the restaurant with our newbie friend somewhere in the depths of China. And let's listen to his experience and then we'll go through it.
Dialogue, first time.
我要这个。
好的。对不起，没有了。
这个有吗？
有。
Second time.
我要这个。
好的。对不起，没有了。
这个有吗？
有。
Third time.
我要这个。
好的。对不起，没有了。
这个有吗？
有。
Straightforward.
Yeah,
Translations.
let's do that.
我要这个。
I'd like this one.
我要这个。
I want that one.
我要这个。好的，
Okay,
好的，
fine.
好的。对不起，没有了。
Sorry, we don't have that one.
对不起，没有了。
Sorry, we don't have.
对不起，没有了。这个有吗？
Do you have this one?
这个有吗？
Do you have this one?
这个有吗？有，
Yes.
有，
Yes, we do.
有。So there's a twist.
Yeah, this is accompanied with a degree of pointing and gestures, of course.
That's right.
Yeah. So, presumably you have the menu, you're in the restaurant, you have the menu
Yeah.
in your hand, you see something you might like to try. You say,
我要这个，我要这个。
no, 这个, meaning
This one.
this one.
是的，
You're pointing at it. And I would like.
我要，我要。
我要. Now, literally, 要 means
To want
to want. And the pronoun 我,
means I.
So literally translated is I want this one.
我要这个。
我要这个.
Yes.
Now that's fine. That's not like, that would be a little bit rude in an English context. I want this one. It would just sound a bit odd. But in Chinese, it's fine.
Perfectly
Yeah,
acceptable.
Yeah. 我要这个. I want this one.
Yes.
And the reply comes.
好的，好的。
好的.
Yes.
Simple phrase. Super useful.
Means all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
In
No problem.
agreement.
Yes. 好的.
But the lady comes back
Yeah.
and says, 对不起， 没有了。对不起，没有了。
对不起 sorry. Sorry about that.
哎呦，我
Don't need
like
to analyze that bit, right?
No.
Let's hear it again.
对不起，
对不起
对不起，
meaning I'm so sorry. Sorry about that. But we don't have it.
没有了，没有了。
没有了. Now you could just say 没有, right?
That's right. To express we don't have it.
We don't have it, but 没有了 is perfectly acceptable too. I don't think, does it really add anything to the meaning to say the la? Not really. 没有了.
Well, it sort of indicates an aspect
Okay.
of time.
Okay.
That we have run out of this.
Yeah. That'd be true. If you just said 没有, it would kind of suggest we don't serve that.
That's true.
Possibly.
Yep.
Not necessarily. But 没有了 indicates we may have had it, but it's
Sold out.
There you go. Subtleties. 没有了.
没
All right.
有了。
Well, okay, so you point at something else and you say,
这个有吗？这个有吗
now this is interesting. So once again, you go 这个, meaning
？This one.
this one. So you're pointing at something else. And the verb to have is
有有
有. And you form a question by putting
吗 at the end of the sentence.
and. So you get the sentence
这个有吗？这个有吗？
这个有吗?
对
Do you have this,
，this one
And yes.
有有
So the answer comes, it's the same verb as the question. 有吗? Do you have? And the answer is 有, meaning yes. 有 have.
Yeah.
We have. Well, thankfully, the chap found something to eat in the end. Yes. It can be sometimes, my experience in restaurants here is they're so high context. Really, they are so high context. Traditional Chinese restaurants are super high context. If you go, for example, to a low context restaurant, we're talking about, let's say, a McDonald's, right? In a low context restaurant, you don't need to know anything about anything. You just go in, there's pictures on the wall, and the price.
Standardization.
That's it. Even the price is there and the entire details, everything is there. You just point. There's low context. You don't need to know anything, right?
Yeah, whereas in the Chinese
You
restaurant,
gotta know.
first of all, a lot of them have a menu of 20 or 30 pages.
Yes.
And then they have dishes.
That's right. And you
In
don't
name that
Yeah.
that's scary or doesn't tell you anything about the food.
That's right. And you don't know, how many dishes you need to order and stuff like that. But that's why we are here. That's where we come into the equation. So this was a simple lesson on that very
Yeah.
subject. Anyway, let's listen to that 3 more times, shall we?
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Chinese Pod Trivia. Our first question is, how long will it take you to become an intermediate Chinese speaker using the Chinese Pod app? Is it A, the rest of your life? B, you should already be an intermediate speaker? C, 3 months? Or D, Chinese Pod has an app?
You should already be in.
Ooh, that is incorrect. The correct answer is C, 3 months. That's right. Head over to ChinesePod.com now to register for your access to over 4,000 lessons. Get the Chinese Pod app now on Google Play or the App Store.
Dialogue, first time.
我要这个。
好的。对不起，没有了。
这个有吗？
有。
Second time.
我要这个。
好的。对不起，没有了。
这个有吗？
有。
Third time.
我要这个。
好的。对不起，没有了。
这个有吗？
有。
Okay, so don't be daunted. There are ways around the restaurant conundrum.
Yes. And go to ChinesePod.com.
That's right.
There are more answers
There
to your
are.
conundrum.
There are answers out
Yes.
there. We'll be back again tomorrow with more answers,
对。
more questions.
Meanwhile, take care and see you tomorrow.
再见.
再见.
As usual, ChinesePod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number
0966
So just go to www.chinesepod.com/0966
0966
and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/0966